right, let's get it, man.
We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go from AT&T Stadium. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Playing myself today, yo. Crazy.
The tight end going in motion to the left. Play fake. Prescott. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early third down coming up. Kill. Prescott now. That's complete. Devontae Turple. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Cowboys. It's a gain of 10. First down. Dak going to give this to Blue. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. That ball moves. How fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On play action, here's Dak. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. In motion, Lamb. On third down, Prescott. Trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Kenneth Murray.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down. At the 40-yard line. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line. 47. A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Devontae Williams. And he's in.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big legs. Didn't want to defend the return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for first and 10. On the play fake. Dash. Luke Schoonmaker. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
A gain of 15. First down.
Prescott on first down. Open left side is Schoonmaker. Get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now second and 6. And the Cowboys 45-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott moving to his right. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
They put Pickens in motion. Dak facing third and long. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, but when you are not good on third down, your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
They put Pickens in motion. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
Williams gets it from the pistol. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They get 15 on that game. First down, Cowboys.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
That is brought in at the 10. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they go to work on first and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Cowboys' 7-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone. Because as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
14. Cowboys nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Play action. It's Prescott. Open down the field is Schoonmaker. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
That's good. 47. First down.
A run with Blue. He'll push forward for about a yard. And it's Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop.
2 yards on the
A run once more with Blue. He's going to be fouled up quickly after a gain of about 1. The veteran, Eddie Clark, in on the stop.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down. 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. Bringing on back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this.
Yeah! Here we go!
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He's now back complete to Turpin. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. On the ground, it's Blue. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Blue. And he'll get into the end zone.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet.
You got that one off. You got that one off.
But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Devontae Turpin on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10. 29-yard line.
Can throw it here on 1st down. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On 2nd down, it's down. Open man down the field, it's Ferguson. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
This is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. They're able now to go down and come away with points. They'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
2nd and 10. Pistol man for Prescott. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That's going to be incomplete. A effort. Very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
To the air again. Prescott. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout, and they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. Get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a huge play in a tight ball game. 33 yards.
Here we go,
47. First down. Prescott. Will give this to Schoonmaker. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage is very stout. That's going to bring up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Again, Prescott to the air. Moving to his left. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football.
Play quarterback.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
First and 10. Prescott. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he's out of bounds all the way into enemy territory. Past midfield. A huge play just before the half. 45 yards. Now Prescott. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Second down, Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
For whatever reason, reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up third and real long.
He's going to look downfield once again. That one working up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now. He's on for the second time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come. This fourth down is looming. They do indeed snap as they'll try and throw. And he's going to pick up the Cowboys' first down on what will be a big play there for fourth and long. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Very short kick, taken past 20. And he will go all the way. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, you talk about a dream start here. You find yourself at halftime, you're regrouping, we want to come out in the third quarter and establish some rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10. In motion, Lamb. Now Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Yeah! Hey, go, get out there. Here we go, 47.
Dak to throw. He's complete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
On third down, Prescott. Over the middle, it's Pickens. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a first down. First down. A quick throw, going to be caught by Pickens. Down the sideline. And he will score. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this two-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the two-point conversion.
He'll look to throw. And he will get in for the 2. up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 3.
Yeah, here we go. Sliding. 26.
Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Third down and 9.
Yeah. Here we go. Sliding. Here we go. 46, 46.
Now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout, talk things over before third down.
Yeah, here we go. 54. Sliding. 26.
Prescott gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He'll buy time left. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. Not only do they convert on 4th down, they picked up a quarter of the field. A gain of 25. They'll come up here for first and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
He'll get this out wide. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Brings up third and 1.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
17 yards. Cowboys first down.
Ball broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
Second and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Yeah. Here we go. Sliding. Hey, kill. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
They'll throw again. Down. The second down throw is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
2 incomplete passes now lead to this third down and goal. Prescott again. Exiting the pocket right. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
The pressure's got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now return, coming from the 7. Now an opening as the 30. He's to midfield. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
You know, Mike, for a lot of guys in the league, the best way to make an impact as a rookie is through special teams. And anytime you can make yourself valuable, find a way to contribute, you do it. And that was a heck of a return right there.
On play action, here's Dak. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. On the play fake, Dak. Open, left side is Schoonmaker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
16 yards. That's good. Cowboys.
So, 3 quarters has come and gone.
17-yard
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. All right, hey, kill. 26.
Play fake. Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Shotgun snap for Prescott. Into the hands of Jaden Blue. And he is out of bounds. That's a couple of yards short of the marker, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. To the air again. Prescott. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but has the 1st down. They took the chance, threw it on 4th down. They end up with 1st and goal.
Yeah, here we go.
Blue, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. Task a bit tougher as they say 2nd and goal. He'll go with him again. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. They'll run. And this defense standing tall in the red zone. They stop him for no gain. And now it's 4th and goal.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th and goal.
We're going to 54. Why? We're going 47. 26.
Prescott now. And that is caught. On 4th and goal. They got it.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
All right, so the Cowboys set to go for 2.
Cowboys will line up for the
In motion,
two-point conversion.
Lamb.
And 47. 26.
Pistol now for Prescott. To the end zone. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Malik Hooker.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
He gets swarmed underneath. Doesn't even get to the 15.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Hey, kill.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. Off to the races. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 85 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
We're going 47. We're going to 53. Hey, kill. We're going 46. 26.
Here's Dak to throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Kill.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. Open man downfield. It's C.D. Lamb. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
46.
Down, Cowboys.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. At the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? Again, Prescott to the air. He's got that complete to Turpin. A pitch up there of 13. That's good for a Dallas first down. Now Prescott. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll be forced out of bounds. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
Yeah! Here we go! Sliding! 26!
No run here. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. Throwing is Prescott. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
All right, so the Cowboys set to go for 2.
Yeah, here we go!
Line up for the 2-point conversion.
Back to throw is Prescott. Will be caught, and he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off. Unable to cut any further into the deficit. They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That's the thing about these onside kicks. They're really unpredictable. You're trying to get the ball to take that big high hop, but it doesn't. It ends up just going through everybody on the recovery team and ends up going out of bounds.
Drive begins with a run by Williams. Down the sideline, pass for 40. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown. That makes this a 2-possession game here late.
To throw is Prescott. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, let him do the rest.
will start at the 4. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Yeah! At 47! Going in!
Prescott. This pass big time is caught by Schoonmaker. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go.
We're going to 54 Wyatt. Hey, that's two. Yeah! There we go, Wyatt. 26.
On 2nd down, it's down. That's down the field for Lamb. And that final throw here is intercepted. It's the safety, Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to come up with a late turnover. But it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So it's a win for the Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses...
All right, ready to get back on track, man.
Marching the ball and will matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That's the difference in this one.